We've got to remember that businesses aren't people. Businesses are made up of collective individuals. So all leaders and managers within a business would ideally know thyself. Used to be a sign above the temples in Delphi. Know thyself, and then know others. You've got to know the individuality of the people in your team. And that's made up of 4 layers primarily. How the person functions, which is profiling like DISC. Why they function, which is their motivation or drive. Their ability to function, their strengths and weaknesses, if you will. And then everything else, all their life experiences, their fears, their doubts and limiting beliefs. And so the more leaders and managers can learn to work with the individuality of those 4 layers, the more inclined they are to get better performance out of that person. If we rewind 5 decades, profits were more important, and that was really the bottom line that businesses looked at. We're now 5 decades later, and that's no longer the case. Employees are actually choosing businesses to work for that do things greater than just sell products or services. What's your purpose? And so the more that you can really tie the business purpose to the results, the better chance you have of people valuing those and getting on board with them. Back in 2002, a gentleman by the name of Daniel Kahneman won the Nobel Prize. He's a behavioral economist, psychologist. And he got that prize for proving or evidencing that over 90% of our decision making actually happens at a subconscious or emotional level. And that's why emotional sensory engagement is really important, is because it's really, even the most logical people on the planet are simply tapping that evidence on top of the subconscious emotional decision they've already made. And so emotional value, emotional engagement is really where a lot of the magic happens, regardless of whether it's with your employees, your customers, suppliers, stakeholders, shareholders, whoever. In recent years, this idea of corporate social responsibility has really taken off and lifted off. And that's aligned with service value in my own model. The first thing here to take note of is that often a cause might be given press or publicity, and businesses feel almost pressured to jump on and respond. Yet that can also backfire. Right? We've seen this happen where we turn a cause or use a cause to try and raise awareness, but we're seen as just trying to benefit or profit from that cause. And that's not a great thing. Yeah, these are certainly interesting times we live in the digital age. And there's 2 concepts I've written about to this. The first is Blinkists. We notice that people's attention spans are getting less and less, aren't they? You know, they want to read the headline, they don't read the detail of the story anymore, and they're already reacting and responding. Or they accelerate their learning. I think I can go and do a weekend course with Tony Robbins, and now I'm accredited in some skill that otherwise I might spend 4 years studying at university for. We're becoming Blinkists. People are Blinkists, shortcutting. And by default then, it becomes harder to build a lasting relationship or one with loyalty when people have got such short attention spans. So that's one of the first challenges we've got to really be mindful of.